As we see a lot of these firms pushing into places like Florida, in Texas, what are we seeing them do to try and get around this issue, given that it is such a controversial one in these states?
Yeah, so as an industry, Wall Street has been at the forefront of returning to offices, and firms have taken varying approaches, but each policy, the common thread is that they stop short of clashing with Texas, where officials are critical of vaccine mandates. So, we see Citigroup, for example, they've told employees in New York and New Jersey that they need to get vaccinated and go into the office at least a couple days a week by the middle of this month. But it has yet to open offices in Texas and Missouri and Kentucky, citing local health data. Goldman is another example where they ordered all U.S. workers to report to the office by mid-June. But then as the Delta variant spread, the firm decided to require shots to enter its workplaces, and employees who aren't fully vaccinated are expected to work remotely.
I think a lot of people might be surprised to know that Texas is where a lot of big banks are locating various kinds of processes and workers. Most of them seem to be based in New York, but this is a big growth area. Why does it matter so much?
Yeah, that's a great question. Why do all these New York banks, why is this so on their radar? A lot of the biggest banks have been shifting jobs to Texas in recent years. And for its part, Texas has shown that it's not afraid to punish banks for policies that lawmakers there oppose. So another example of this would be the firearms industry. A couple of firms a few years ago restricted work with that industry. And earlier this year, the governor in Texas signed a law that banned state and local governments from working with banks that refuse to deal with the firearms industry. So that's a kind of example of, I guess, an escalation that we could see.